basis, it gets old, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
what else? We got backstage with John Cena, who pretty much just comes out. They ask him if he's disappointed. He goes, I'm not disappointed. He's just going to take out every member of the Nexus one by one, and says tonight he will take out the leader and disband Nexus.
All right. Hey, by the way, my the producer here, I forgot to talk. You know, I mean, his team won it all, the New York Jets, and they won the game, this and that. But Braylon Edwards, the star receiver, you heard about this, right?
No, what happened?
Oh, God, he was arrested at, I think it was 5:15 this morning or something like that. Arrested for DWI, twice the legal limit or something like that, man. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. So anyways, I guess we can bust on him for that, right?
Exactly.
All right, back to Raw.
Back to Raw, out comes your buddy, The Miz, and The Miz just pretty much comes out and says, for the record, I did not tap. I was not beaten. The reason that I wasn't even supposed to wrestle. I had an injury. I was warned against doctors not to fight, and the only reason I tapped was to avoid a surgery.
Right.
Yep. So a potential surgery. There we go.
Okay.
So next he's sitting at ringside. So we got Edge against Daniel Bryan, who comes out to some Star Wars music. Terrible.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He debuted a new theme. What was wrong with the old theme? I thought the old theme that he had with the rock song that he had. That was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And the whole Star Wars thing came out. Like, I don't know what the hell it was. It sounded like
it's a rib. Well, if it's a Star Wars thing, come on, it's a rib. It's obviously a rib. The guy's a big gamer and kind of looks like a nerd, kind of a big nerd. You know what I mean? And he reads a lot too. He reads. A lot. They did that with the book.
The backstage segment, he came in with the book.
Right. Well, he reads a lot, and I think basically, guy arrives at WWE events and kills time backstage reading books and things like that, and. Like it's all politics in pro wrestling. Like, you know, it's like a bunch of grown men acting like high school. Like, this guy's reading a book. He let's go rib him. Let's give him Star Wars music. Oh, you know, that's how it works. I mean, it's corny as it sounds. That's how it works in WWE. They rib people for the dumbest shit. You know?
And the expression on Edge's face when Bryan came out to that music, it was priceless.
Right, and keep in there, listen, the part of the reason they do this is these guys are on the road for, over 200 days a year, you know what I mean? You gotta have some fun here and there, you know what I mean? So they rib the guys, they do stupid stuff like this, you know, and come on, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan with Star Wars music, come on.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you got to say. Daniel Bryan, Star Wars music. Ribbon WWE. Classic ribbon WWE. Anyways.
So, I mean, pretty much in this match, Edge was in control early, then Bryan comes back. He's getting ready for a crossface when Riley runs out to distract the ref. Miz ends up hitting Bryan or something like that, and then all of a sudden we get a spear from Edge. Edge is a winner, but the anonymous GM, emails in and reverses the decision because of interference. Edge spazzes out and says, this is my career, it's getting screwed up, I hate the GM, blah, blah, blah. He goes to the back, and then we get The Miz and Riley, and they pretty much just take out Danielson.
2 minutes, brother, 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes, all right, let's see. We got LayCool versus Melina. I'm not going to even run it down. Winner's LayCool. Jericho.
Michelle McCool was on commentary, I believe, on that. I tuned over, and I think I heard her, so whatever.
We got Jericho backstage promoting his new DVD and pretty much says that he knows the IP address for the anonymous GM, and he will reveal him soon.
Well, that's good that at least on the way out they're plugging his DVD, and then that shows you that, they jobbed him out. Don't get me wrong. They jobbed him out at the pay-per-view, and they jobbed him out on Monday Night Raw, and they do it, next week as well. But the fact is they let him plug his DVD, so there's no hard feelings. Like I said, it's just an extended break from WWE.
And then after that, we got Orton standing behind. During that, we have Orton standing behind Jericho, and he says that next week that he'll take on Jericho, and if Jericho wins, then Jericho gets a shot anytime he wants. But if Orton wins, then Jericho has to leave for a long time.
Okay. All right. And they do the, read the spoiler. If you guys want to know what happens, full spoilers for next week's Raw are on WZROnline.com, so go over there.
Yep. And then R-Truth and Eve end up beating DiBiase and Maurice, and at the end we get Maurice and DiBiase arguing up the ramp as a message comes on the Titantron saying, I will have you, or something like that.
All right, and then do the main event real quick.
Main event, Cena against Barrett. Barrett announces that it's going to be a gauntlet match if he wants it. So Cena, to make a long story short, ends up taking out every member of Nexus. And then when he goes to fight Barrett, everybody comes back in, and Cena ends up fighting them off with the chair. And then they make the Hell in the Cell match.
All right, so that was Monday Night Raw from last night. Hour number 2, guys, we're talking Matt Hardy, Billy Gunn, Sean Waltman, Kevin Nash's TNA status, Chris Jericho's WWE status. We kind of ran that down, but the latest on Matt Hardy, all that good stuff. It is 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Chris, you know the deal. We cannot speak to each other during the break, so...
Okay.
Just want to let you know about that. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes, guys. Hour number 2, we're taking your live phone calls, chat, shout-outs, news, rumors, all sorts of good shit. We'll be back right after this. You are listening to WZR Radio with Chris Holler and Ryan Clark. We'll be back on the flip side. We're back, WZR Radio, here on WZROnline.com. I am, as always, your host, Ryan Clark, and we're back.
We're back, Daddy.
We're back, Daddy-O's.
There is a lot of love for Ryan Clark in the chat room tonight.
I don't think so.
I've been seeing a lot of love for Ryan Clark.
Yeah?
Damn.
Clark is not drunk tonight. Clark has a big glass of ice water right here. So, no drinking. Uh-oh.
The GM just emailed me in.
Yeah, right. GM emails you. All right, so we're here for hour number 2. We got a lot of people in the chat room tonight. www.WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. Just told Allison Clark that I brought her up here in hour number 1. She was not very happy about that, but
somebody in the chat just said, "Hey Chris, we're gonna miss you when that thing ain't joking." So if I go quiet,
yeah,
you guys
right.
are the best. Just remember that.
WZROnline.com/chat. All right, man. So what are we gonna do? We got an hour of time to kill here. We've got a lot of news and rumors to get here, and it's getting a little hot in here. So let me take off this sweatshirt.
All right, Nelly.
All right, we gotta get ready, man. Take off this sweatshirt. Oh, yeah, I was listening to Nelly before we came on here. To be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right,
Listen to Lil Wayne.
Take it all off. Yeah, right. All right. So, what do you want to start with, man? I guess we got to talk about Matt Hardy. By the way, I wasn't going to say anything about this, but we did last week. We talked about the Billy Gunn situation, deal with that, and the voicemails. We did try to contact Deborah. Deborah Simmons is her name. We did try to contact her, and we were going to have her live here tonight on WZR Radio for you guys. And basically, we were just going to ask her side of the story, and we would, let you guys judge for yourself and hear it from her. She contacted me back, actually our producer, Rob. I didn't want anything to do with it. Rob, after we went off the air last Tuesday, when I said I was going to put after the Billy Gunn talk, Rob contacted me and said, hey man, we've got to get her on. And I said, I don't want to do it, man. I could care less. I really... it doesn't... Who cares? Okay? I mean, the girl manipulated the shit out of him. So, we're going to have her on, and she contacted Rob, or Rob contacted her. They were in talks, and then Rob had her email me, or told her to email me. She never emailed me, so I sent an email her way, and she replied. I asked her if she wanted to come on here this week. She replied and said, sure, I'll do it. When I went to reply, basically we need either a phone number or a Skype name or something along those lines where we can get a hold of her. And she never replied. I sent 5 emails. I sent the last one an hour before we went live tonight. I said, this is your last chance. I gave her the live phone number to call. I don't know what the deal is. I haven't seen anything on YouTube. She hasn't posted any videos on YouTube in a few weeks. No questions, hasn't answered questions, and she was all down to do this show. She was going to be here tonight. And then talks went dead.
I can tell you exactly what she's doing tonight.
What?
She is what's better than cuddling with Xavier and Tron while eating Cracker Jacks and laughing? How about doing all that while watching Star Wars?
See, I have no idea. Well, it leads me to believe, let me just say this, that we haven't seen any videos on YouTube. She was all about doing this show, early last week, and there has been no new context. So I'm not going to speculate, but I would say that maybe she is trying to distance herself from this, possibly
I don't think so, man.
because of a lawsuit or something along those lines. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be.
I know the videos are still up on YouTube, so they haven't been pulled. But I don't know.
I know. Our producers contacted her over Twitter also, and I've sent her a message over Twitter about the radio too. But I'm kind of laughing because her picture on Twitter is of her and Monty Sopp. Billy Gunn.
Yeah, I could care less, to be honest. I mean, she's got the number. Okay, she's got the number to the live show. She knows. So if she calls in, she calls in. If not, I'm not gonna go after this girl. I really don't. I don't care.
It's not that serious.
Yeah, I don't care if she's on here or not. I didn't want her in the first place, but nonetheless, some of you guys did. So.
Yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to hear what she had to say. To be honest with you, or her side of it.
Well, I was just gonna get her. Basically, I had planned to basically tell her. I mean, she completely manipulated Billy Gunn, and I just wanted to ask her, just from me to her, just basically ask her, do you agree that you manipulated this guy? And that was basically all I wanted to ask her, and I would have been interested in her response, but apparently we're not going to get that. But I did try. We did try.
Exactly.
So that's
that.
Leave it at that. We have loads and loads of people in the chat room tonight. WZROnline.com/chat. We've got we haven't had this many people. Usually we hit about 70 on a weekly basis, but we're approaching 80 tonight, so that is good. And if you like what you hear tonight, guys, come back every week, every Tuesday night. Even the haters, come back every Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time. WZROnline.com. And for those of you guys that come from different websites, because I report on, I think it's like 34 different websites or something like that. So if you're coming from a different website, make sure you guys check out WZROnline.com. Usually I put the news up there first before I put it on another website. So WZR Army. We should get that too. WZROnline.com. Once again, WZROnline.com. Lots of news, rumors. We've got a chat box up there, kind of like this, kind of like what we have tonight, where you guys are able to chat. So go over there and WZROnline.com. So, all right, here we go, buddy. News and rumors over the past few weeks. By the way, we didn't mention the Raw rating, or did we?
We kind of mentioned it.
Okay,
Watch you knock him out.
Yeah, it was the knock him out.
Knock him out with it, because I mean, shit, I almost fell over when I heard that.
Yeah, they drew a terrible 2.8 cable rating on the USA Network. They had 3.9 million viewers last night. The hours were 2.77, which is a 2.8 and 2.9.